2025. Today is not just another date on the calendar. This moment has been marked in eternity. September 3rd, 2025. Heaven has spoken, and the question is, will you hear it or will you ignore it? For too long, many have walked blind, chasing the noise of the world while the true voice of destiny whispered in the silence. But today, the silence has ended. The call is clear. Only those with eyes to see and ears to hear will understand. Not everyone will hear this message. Not everyone is chosen. But if these words are stirring your heart, if something deep within you refuses to stay asleep, then you are not here by accident. You are part of the remnant. God is speaking to remind you your life has purpose, your journey has meaning, and your time is now. The storms you've endured, the tears you've cried, the battles you thought would break you, they were not in vain. They were preparing you for this hour. The world is shifting. Doors are closing for some, but for the chosen, doors that no man can shut are being opened. But understand this: being chosen is not a title. It's a responsibility. It means standing when others fall. It means walking in truth when lies surround you. It means carrying light when the world drowns in darkness. So today, hear the message: you are called higher. You are called deeper. You are called to rise. Don't waste this moment. Don't let fear silence you. Don't let distractions blind you, because the voice of God is not a suggestion, it's a command. And those who respond will walk into a future that others will only dream about. This is not a coincidence. This is not random. This is your confirmation. The time is now. The chosen will hear, and the chosen will rise. September 3rd, 2025 is not just a date, not just another line in the calendar, but a divine marker set in eternity, a moment written before you were even born. Time itself carries mysteries, and while to the world it may look like an ordinary day, to those who are chosen, it is a sacred signal. This day is a reminder that God speaks not through chaos and noise, but through divine appointments hidden within history. Every sunrise carries a message. Every season has a purpose, and every shift in the world is a sign for those who pay attention. September 3rd, 2025 is such a day, appointed significant, undeniable. Only those who carry a spiritual sensitivity will feel the weight of this moment. To others, it may pass like any other day. They will scroll, they will laugh, they will ignore, and they will miss it. But those with a burning inside their soul will know this is not normal. This is different. Something greater is unfolding. It is easy to dismiss moments like this, to brush them off as coincidence, as if life is a series of random events. But nothing in your life has been random. The sleepless nights, the tears that fell without explanation, the battles you faced when no one was watching, they were not accidents. They were all preparation for this day, for this season. You didn't survive all of that to remain silent. You didn't walk through fire just to end up back in ashes. September 3rd, 2025 is heaven's announcement that the preparation season is ending and the appointed time is beginning. The world may be full of distractions, voices pulling you in every direction, people demanding your attention, but this moment cuts through the noise. God is not speaking to everyone. Not everyone will hear. That is why it is called a divine marker. It separates those who are drifting with the current from those who are walking with purpose. The chosen will hear the message. The chosen will feel the shift. The chosen will recognize that something inside of them has been awakened. When God marks a day, it is not for entertainment. It is for movement, for transformation, for destiny. You have been called to recognize that what you thought was just survival was really training. What you thought was delay was really alignment. And what you thought was silence was God preparing the stage. September 3rd, 2025 is not about what you see with your eyes, but about what you discern with your spirit. If you hear this, if you feel this, then you are not here by mistake. You are standing inside the very moment heaven wrote for you long before your first breath. This is a day of awakening, a call to rise, a moment when eternity whispers to humanity, do not dismiss it, do not overlook it. For September 3rd, 2025 is a divine marker in time, and only the chosen will hear. Not everyone will hear the message. Not everyone will understand when heaven speaks, because truth is not revealed to the crowd, it is revealed to the chosen. The world is filled with noise, voices shouting for attention. Endless distractions pulling minds in every direction. Some live their entire lives hearing everything, but never truly listening. They hear the sounds of culture, the promises of empty words, the gossip, the lies, the fears, but they never tune their hearts to the higher frequency where destiny is spoken. And so, when God speaks, they miss it. When a divine moment comes, they overlook it. But there are those who are different, those who carry a sensitivity in their spirit, those who feel the shift in the atmosphere before anyone else notices. These are the chosen, and only they will recognize the message. The chosen are not picked because they are the loudest, the strongest, or the most visible. They are chosen because their hearts are open. They have endured seasons of silence where they learned to hear whispers. They have walked through storms where every other voice failed them, and only the voice of God could keep them standing. And now, when the message is spoken, it strikes their soul like lightning. It awakens something within them that has been waiting, watching, anticipating this moment. Understand this: the chosen are not many, they are few. The majority will continue living blind, deaf to what is happening around them. They will laugh, mock, dismiss, or call it foolish. They will chase after temporary pleasures, thinking they are wise, while missing the eternal truth unfolding in front of them. But the chosen cannot ignore it. Even if they try, the message will pursue them. It will ring in their spirit. It will stir their thoughts. It will follow them in the quiet moments when the world is asleep. That is how you know you are chosen, because you cannot shake the message. To hear is not just to listen with ears, but to recognize with your spirit. When the chosen hear, it is not just information, it is revelation. It is not just a sound, it is a call to rise, a call to act, a call to step into the reason you were created. This message is not for everyone because not everyone is willing to change. Not everyone is willing to leave behind what is comfortable. Not everyone is willing to pay the price of destiny. That is why the chosen are set apart. They are willing. So do not be surprised if others don't hear what you hear, if they don't feel what you feel. It is not meant for them. The message is a seed planted only in the soil that is ready. And if your heart is burning as these words reach you, then you are the soil, you are the vessel. You are the chosen. The message was written for you and you alone. Every struggle you have faced, every night you cried yourself to sleep, every season of pain you thought would break you was not wasted. It was preparing you for this very hour. Life does not shape greatness in moments of ease. It is forged in the fire of trials. The chosen are not born in comfort. They are refined in pressure. And you, though you did not always see it, have been walking through a divine training ground. The moments when people turned against you, the times when doors slammed in your face, the battles that seemed unfair, those were not accidents, they were assignments. They were molding your strength, sharpening your spirit, teaching you resilience. Without those storms, you would not be ready for the call that now rests on your life. The world tells you that your struggles are signs of weakness, that your pain is meaningless, that your losses disqualify you. But the truth is the opposite. The struggle is the evidence that you are chosen. The pain is proof that you are being prepared. Every scar you carry is a testimony that you survived what others could not endure. And survival is never the end of the story. It is the beginning of purpose. The fact that you are still here, still breathing, still listening, is proof that your destiny is greater than your disaster. Think back to those moments when you thought you couldn't go on, when you whispered to yourself, "This is too much," yet somehow you kept moving. Somehow you found strength you didn't know you had. That strength was not your own. It was being deposited into you for the season you are now entering. What you thought was punishment was really preparation. What you thought was delay was really development. You were being built in secret for a public assignment. Do not despise the pain that shaped you. Do not curse the nights that broke you, for without them, you would not have the depth, the endurance, or the vision that now sets you apart. The chosen are not those who never fall, but those who rise again and again, carrying the wisdom of their wounds. Your struggles were a classroom, and you have graduated with lessons others will never learn. Now, as you stand in this moment, understand that nothing you endured was wasted. Every disappointment, every betrayal, every setback was a stone laid on the path that leads to your calling. You are not behind, you are right on schedule. The pain you thought would destroy you has become the fuel that will carry you into your destiny. The chosen are not exempt from struggles. They are defined by them, and you, chosen one, must now recognize that what was meant to break you has only built you stronger. The hour has come. Your preparation is complete. It is time to step into what you were made for. Being chosen is not a title you wear for recognition. It is a responsibility you carry with weight. Too many people think being chosen means privilege, applause, or ease, but the truth is far deeper. To be chosen is to be called to stand when others collapse, to speak truth when lies surround you, to walk a narrow path that most will never understand. It is not a crown of gold, it is a mantle of fire, and those who carry it are tested in ways the world cannot imagine. When God sets his hand on you, he does not call you to comfort, he calls you to courage. He does not call you to blend in, he calls you to stand apart. Responsibility means that when others follow the crowd, you choose conviction. When others bow to fear, you choose faith. When the world offers you shortcuts, you choose the higher road, even if it costs you friends, status, or security. This is why the chosen often feel alone. The path is not crowded because few are willing to pay the price. But the weight you carry is not a burden. It is an honor. It means you were entrusted with light in a time of darkness. You were entrusted with vision in a world of blindness. You were entrusted with truth when deception runs deep. The chosen are not perfect, but they are willing. They are not without weakness, but they are surrendered. They do not rely on their own strength, but on the one who called them. Responsibility is not about being flawless. It is about being faithful. It is waking up every day and saying, I may stumble, but I will not quit. I may fall, but I will rise again. I will carry what has been entrusted to me. That is what separates the chosen from the crowd. Carrying this responsibility means you will be misunderstood. People will question why you live differently, why you refuse to compromise, why you choose obedience over popularity. But you are not called to please people. You are called to fulfill purpose. When the weight feels heavy, remember, it was placed on you because heaven knew you could bear it. You were not chosen by mistake. You were not entrusted by accident. What rests on your shoulders is divine. Responsibility also means you must guard what has been given to you, your heart, your mind, your calling. They cannot be treated lightly. The chosen cannot afford to live careless lives because destiny requires discipline. This is why your battles have been harder, why your tests have been greater, why your path has been narrower, because you are carrying something greater than yourself. So embrace the responsibility even when it feels overwhelming. Embrace the call even when it feels costly. For what rests upon you is not just for you, it is for generations to come. You are carrying light in a dark world, and if you remain faithful, that light will not only guide you, it will ignite others. That is the responsibility of being chosen. This is your confirmation and your call to rise. Too many times you have second-guessed yourself, wondered if the signs you felt were real, questioned whether the stirring in your spirit was imagination or truth. But understand this, destiny does not whisper without reason. The fire that refuses to go out inside of you is not there by accident. It is heaven's signal that the time of waiting is over and the time of rising has come. You have been through enough seasons of delay, enough seasons of doubt, enough nights of fear. This moment is your proof that you were never abandoned, that every step of your journey was leading you to this awakening. The call to rise is not gentle. It shakes you from complacency. It demands that you let go of excuses, distractions, and the comfort zones that have kept you small. Fear will try to hold you back, whispering that you are not ready, not worthy, not strong enough. But fear has lied to you long enough. Fear has kept you chained when you were meant to soar. The truth is this: if you were not ready, you would not be hearing this message right now. If you were not chosen, you would not feel the fire stirring in your soul. Rising means leaving behind the old version of yourself. It means stepping out of shadows where you once hid your potential. It means refusing to shrink just because others are uncomfortable with your light. You cannot remain silent when your voice was created to break chains. You cannot stay small when your purpose was designed to impact nations. The call to rise is the confirmation that you have carried enough weight in silence. It is time to walk boldly into the reason you exist. Do not think rising will be easy. It will cost you relationships, comfort, and sometimes the approval of those closest to you. But what you gain is far greater, freedom, clarity, strength, and the fulfillment of living in alignment with destiny. When you rise, you not only change your life, you ignite a path for others. Your courage becomes their courage. Your breakthrough becomes their proof that it is possible. This is why the call is urgent, because too many lives are connected to your obedience. Your confirmation is this moment. The very fact that these words are reaching you is evidence that you were meant to hear them. It is not coincidence, not luck, not chance. It is a divine appointment. The call is ringing louder than your doubts, louder than your fears, louder than the voices that tried to convince you to give up. You cannot afford to ignore it any longer. Rise now. Rise from fear. Rise from regret. Rise from the weight of the past. Step into the identity that was written for you before time began. This is your confirmation. This is your call. And the time to rise is now. The chosen will walk into doors that no man can shut. This is the promise, the assurance, the guarantee for those who dare to answer the call. For too long, you have stood before doors that refused to open. You knocked, you prayed, you pushed, and still they stayed closed. It made you question yourself, question your timing, even question your worth. But what you didn't see was that those were not your doors. They were distractions, places not meant for you, spaces too small for the greatness planted within you. When you are chosen, you are not meant to force your way into what was never written in your story. You are meant to wait for the doors designed specifically for you. Doors carved in eternity, doors no man, no system, no enemy can lock against you. When those doors open, they open with ease. What once required struggle suddenly requires only obedience. What once resisted you now welcomes you. And the world will look at you and wonder, how did it happen so suddenly? They will not understand that the suddenness was years in the making. The waiting, the tears, the long nights of silence, all of it was building to this moment. The chosen walk into opportunities that were reserved with their name on them. Doors that remained closed to others because they were not the ones called to enter. But make no mistake, walking into these doors is not about luck. It is about alignment. It is about being in the right place with the right heart at the right time. You cannot carry bitterness into these doors. You cannot carry fear into these doors. You cannot carry the weight of old chains into these doors. That is why your preparation has been so intense, because you are being stripped of everything that cannot go with you into the next season. The chosen cannot drag dead weight into destiny. When God opens a door, no man can shut it. No critic, no enemy, no voice of doubt can close what heaven has decreed open. People may try to block you. Systems may rise against you. Circumstances may try to delay you. But none of it has the power to override divine authority. You are stepping into a season where doors will open not because of who you know, but because of who called you. Not because of what you have, but because of what you carry. And once you walk through, you will see why every closed door before now was necessary. So walk boldly. Do not hesitate. Do not stand at the threshold doubting whether you are worthy to enter. The very fact that the door has opened is proof that you are chosen to step through it. Behind it lies purpose, opportunity, and impact greater than anything you imagined. And remember this, once the chosen walk through, the door shuts behind them, not to trap them, but to protect them, sealing them in destiny where no force of man can reach. This is your season. The doors are opening. Step through.